So Richard, you mentioned Necker Island earlier on.
Yeah, that's where it all started in my mind at least. You know, at some point I realised I would need land, roughly at sea level, land for the launch and land facilities for my space program, just like you.
Yeah, it's incredible how we've focused on land, forgetting that more than 2/3 of the Earth is actually covered with water. So much easier just to make them those facilities. So how much are you making on your investments on these various eco-islands nowadays?
Depends a bit on how much of the income from fishing I include in my returns, because most of that goes to the locals, of course. But I would say roughly around 6.6% year on year.
Not bad. My Hype Green fund is doing just over 7.3%. The Everglades coastal zone makeover is real moneymaker, but that's an old thing. My ventures have always been more profitable than yours.
True, yes, but mine have always been more fun. You know, we're combining long-distance kite surfing, producing the energy to propel our water drones that collect plastic waste, and the surfers bring the waste back on land. That's fun.
Yeah, I know. I actually did some of that stuff myself in one of your eco-islands in the Mekong Delta last year, or was it back in 32? You know, to me, the big thing that really hit me was that I realized that we could put that land around the launching facilities to good use. And then it all came together when I sat down together with these young guys from Plan for Planet, and we really got thinking out of the box, at least just a little, about how to compensate for the emissions of my space program. That was a fair point that they made about me needing to do that.
And, as usual, you managed to combine your idea of changing the world and help humanity with a bit of financial help for yourself, huh?
Well, it really takes guys like us to really get things going, doesn't it?
True again, yeah. So, on Eco Island, we actually compensate for the emissions thanks to the new forests and algae farms. But we are CO2 positive thanks to the tidal current generators and the wind farms. That brings in a handsome return.
So, do you still use metal for your wind turbines?
Ah, come on, Elon. You know we stopped using that back in 2031. No, not like you. We only used engineering solutions based on biological processes and materials.
Yeah, well, we stopped all artificial engineering and extracting minerals around 2029, I think. What a surprise for the mining industry, huh?
Remember that face of the guy? What was his name? Who was the president of the World Mining Companies Association?
I can't remember his name, too old for that, but I sure remember the face.
Last time, you told me about these new bacteria you had found somewhere, Elon. How's that going?
Oh yeah, they're a real clincher. We grow them in the new coastal mudflats we have created. That's a great combination. We dredge up the mudflats, create high standard housing for local fisheries, add a whiff of adventure for some of the rich Westerners who wants to have some fun and pay for the great views. And we have an integrated coastal management systems with a mix of wetlands, mudflats and mangrove forests.
We do the same on eco-islands. Eco-islands in tropical and subtropical regions. It makes them totally climate-proof.
Yeah, but that's the obvious stuff. What we found out is that these bacteria capture carbon in a totally new way. So we mix them with algae, and in symbiosis they create raw material for new tissues. And they produce the basic molecules for a whole new range of medicines and cosmetics. Next year we're going to launch the EMOS perfume line. And you know the margins that goes in pharma and cosmetics.
Yes, all superb. But you know, at my age, there's one thing that has given me more real satisfaction over the past 10 to 15 years.
You mean the things that we've started doing on Mars? Producing water there and then bringing our excess carbon over? Yeah, great ways to combine space travel and the prevention of climate change here.
Well, in a way, yes. But it's more than that. It's how we invested in what humans are best at. Seeing the connections. No longer blind. Functional engineering. But realizing how stupid we have been. Blind to the obvious. 4.5 billion years of evolution surely brought us the best solutions available.
I guess you're right, Richard. AI systems can do functional engineering. We need the human brain to grasp the irrational logic of creating an alliance with nature rather than apparently overpowering her. So simple once you think of it.
Yeah. And then they used to call us environmental romantics when we started.